Hi, my name is Max. I am CTO and co-founder at Verdova. Basically, we help farmers take their data and extract value from it by selling it to other partners across the food value chain, and also trying to find whatever useful nuggets are kind of hidden within it. My background is originally in sort of aerospace and CS. I started off working in robotics, and the first company I founded was in the robotics space, doing autonomous cleaning. Yeah, I did a little bit of a detour working on sort of looking at water analysis and water quality, and yeah, and that kind of got me into working in sort of like more large scale data problems. And yeah, founded Verdova with a friend and with a couple of farmers back in uh, early 2021. I had a chance to talk with a couple of the co-founders at Fraction, and they shared their experiences building their own companies, and being able to use fractional engineers, and being able to bring people along with them on the journey to build things without forcing them to leave the sort of security of a standard job. And I thought that was really interesting. I think the general problem of sort of building a technical team, especially for startups, it's a really tough problem. It comes down to people at the end of the day. And I thought the solution that Fraction provided by giving you access to teams who are already people who are already vetted, who had experience already, even if it was sort of in this sort of like supplementary capacity, was really interesting. I would say because of the vetting process, everyone has that experience working with a remote and distributed team, which is something that I've struggled with before. When you're working with people who have only worked in person and have only worked with sort of like small teams in that way, a lot of times you don't have the same intuition or sense of urgency of communicating things that you need to when you're working remotely, like we do. I feel like a lot of it has been sort of like a gradual sort of collaboration, trying to figure out what's the best way to communicate via tickets asynchronously, and then also weekly check-ins and whatnot. I would say one of the benefits of working with Fraction is a lot of the structure with the setup of having like a product manager like Irma in place and then having the developers there. It makes it a lot easier to sort of jump into things. I think it was how quickly we were able to hit the ground running and sort of really like expand and sort of like open up working on the projects that we've been collaborating on. That, and I guess I oftentimes think about this concept of uh, development velocity. So instead of thinking about like, oh, like we have like this goal and we have to build this thing by this date, I usually think about things more with sort of like what is the pace at which we are accomplishing new tasks. And I think one thing that we've really been able to find, besides being able to sort of like jump into things so quickly, has been the fact that we've really found this pace. And I still feel like we're picking up speed as well, but just the way that we've been able to achieve and improve our development velocity.